Begone, it is not yet near day. It was the nightingale, and not the lark that pierced the fearful hollow of thine ear.
It was the lark, the herald of the morn, no nightingale. I must be gone and live, or stay and die.
Yon light is not daylight, therefore stay it, thou needst not to be gone.
I have more care to stay than wilt to go. Come death and welcome. Juliet wilts it so. How it's my soul, let's talk. It is not day.
It is, hie hence. Begone away. More light and light it grows.
More light and light, more dark and dark our woes.
The Lady Mother is coming to your chamber. The day is broke. Be wary, look about.
Then window, let day in and let life out.
Farewell, farewell. One kiss and I'll descend.
Oh, thinkst thou we shall never meet again?
I doubt it not, and all these woes shall serve for sweet discourses in our time to come.
As one dead in the bottom of a tomb, either my eyesight fails or thou lookst pale.
And trust me, love, in my eye, so do you. Dry sorrow drinks our blood. Adieu, adieu. Ho, daughter, are you up?
Madam, I am not well.
Evermore weeping for your cousin's death? What wilt thou wash him from his grave with tears? And if thou couldst not make him live.
Yet let me weep for such a feeling loss.
Well, girl, thou weep not so much for his death, as the villain lives here which slaughtered him.
What villain, madam?
The same villain, Romeo.
Villain, he be many miles asunder. Oh God, pardon him, I do with all my heart, and yet no man like he doth grieve my heart.
That is because the traitor murderer lives.
I, madam, from the reach of these hands, would none that I might avenge my cousin's death.
We will have vengeance for it, fear not thou. Then weep no more, I'll send one to Mantua. He shall soon keep Tybalt company, and then, I hope, thou wilt be satisfied.
Indeed, I never shall be satisfied with Romeo till I behold him dead. Oh, how my heart abhors here named and cannot come to him to wreak the love I bore my cousin upon his body that slaughtered him.
Find thou the means, and I'll find such a man. But now I'll tell thee joyful tidings, girl.
And joy comes well in such a needy time. What are they, beseech your ladyship?
Marry, my child, early next Thursday morn, a gallant young and noble gentleman, the County Paris and St. Peter's Church, shall happily make thee a joyful bride.
He shall not make me there a joyful bride. I wonder at this haste that I must wed. Ere he that should be husband comes to woo, I pray you tell my lord and father, madam, I will not marry yet, and when I do, I swear it shall be Romeo, whom you know I hate, rather than Paris. These are news indeed.
Here comes your father. Tell him so yourself, and see how he will take it.
How now, a conduit girl? What, still in tears, evermore showering? How now, wife, have you delivered to her our decree?
Aye, sir, but she will none. She gives you thanks. I would, the fool, were married to her grave.
Thank me no thankings, nor proud of me no prouds, but fettle your fine joints against Thursday next, to go with Paris to St. Peter's Church, where I will drag thee on a hurdle thither. Out, you green sickness, carry on, towel face.
Good father, I beseech you on my knees, hear me with patience, but to speak a word.
Hang thee, young baggage, disobedient wretch. I tell thee what, get thee to church o' Thursday, or never after look at me in the face. Speak not, reply not, do not answer me, my fingers itch. Wife, we scarce thought us blessed that God had lent us but only this child. But now I see this one is too much, and that we have a curse in having her. Out on her, Hilding.
You are too hot.
Having now provided a gentleman of noble parentage, of fair dimses, youthful and nobly trained, stuffed as they say with honorable parts.
Is there no pity sitting in the clouds that sees into the bottom of my grief? Oh, sweet my brother, cast me not away. Delay this marriage for a month, a week, or if you do not make the bridal bed in that dim monument where Tybalt lies. Oh God, oh nurse, how shall this be prevented? My husband is on earth, my faith in heaven. How shall that faith return again to earth? What sayest thou? Hast thou not a word of joy, some comfort, nurse?
Faith, here it is. Romeo is banished and all the world to nothing.
that he dares ne'er come back to challenge you, or if he do, it needs must be the steel. I think it's best you marry with the county, or he's a lovely gentleman. Romeo's a disclot to him. Your first is dead, or twere as good he were, as living here, and you no use of him.
Well, thou hast comforted me marvelous much. Go in, tell my lady I am gone, having displeased my father, to learn to sell, to make confession, and to be absolved.
Marry I will, and this is wisely done.
Ancient Damnatius, O most wicked fiend, is it more sin to wish me thus forsworn, or to dispraise my lord with that same tongue which she hath praised him with above compare so many times? Go, counselor, thou and my bosom henceforth shall be twain. I'll to the friar to know his remedy. If all else fail, myself have power to die.
Paris is stopped by Friar Lawrence's church to make plans for his upcoming marriage to Juliet.
Juliet rushes in to see the friar talking with the last person on earth she wants to see, Paris. Paris takes the hint that Juliet needs to make confession to the friar and he leaves, but not before giving Juliet an unwanted kiss.
Left alone, Juliet whips out a dagger and tells the friar she will kill herself if he can't think of any other way for her to avoid marrying Paris.
Confronted with his second suicidal teen in under 24 hours, Friar Lawrence remains calm. Once again, he has a better plan that doesn't involve suicide.
He tells Juliet his idea. He knows of a weird potion that will make Juliet appear as if she's dead for 2 or 40 hours.
Conveniently, the Capulets don't actually bury their dead into the ground, which otherwise would screw up the plan. Instead, they stick them in a big tomb.
If everyone thinks Juliet is dead, the friar explains, she won't have to marry Paris. Then he and Romeo can come to the tomb and wait for her to wake up, and she and Romeo can go to Mantua together. The friar promises to send a letter to Romeo so he knows what's going on.
Juliet thinks this is a great idea, which we can only understand by assuming she's never seen a tragedy in her life. She takes the potion, thanks the friar, and heads home.